All right, hopefully this will be a little bit better. Call the Juarez Gunslinger. Kind of get a mix of both worlds. Kind of have it on balance. Ooh, let's reload it up. Well, be honest, I should have played Mortal Kombat. But we'll say that for another stream, man. I'll be alright with that. I would love to play Mortal Kombat 9, but yeah, we'll save it for another stream. Come on. There we are.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang? in Bannock, Montana. Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels.
Welcome
boy.
back. Yes, sir. We here.
First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
All right, here we go. Like I said, this game is a banger, man. I used to play. Well, I played the demo of it when I was little, and then eventually got the full game. I was impressed.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha.
No,
How your weekend
Steve.
going? Pretty good.
The other kind of funny.
Pretty good, man. How's yours?
You heard that. Need to stay here to keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
What the hell? Shoot that sumbitch!
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh, yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
Fire at will! Spread out!
Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out of it.
Covering fire!
So that's just what I did.
What game is this? It's Call it or Juarez.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County. Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Let's do this!
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
You ain't going nowhere!
Didn't it sound different in the press conference last night? Maybe heel turn? That'd be interesting.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't as sharp as tools in the shed. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
I'm putting you down!
I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Watch your play!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad.
They need to pull the trigger. It's kind of hard to see that happen, but anything can happen.
They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
You think you can kill me too?
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Bolton.
You ain't going nowhere. How about...
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming.
Can't hear you.
That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
Someone shoot that bastard.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatlin," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it?
Those poor son-of-bitches are
Many
done
would have
for.
fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the bar.
Right. Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
What y'all think so far?
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Sorry if I'm not reading y'all's comments. Stuff like this, you really gotta focus on.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables. And stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on, how did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
It's decent, great. Let me read some of y'all's past comments. Semi Zayn, Mike Turner, Jay Uso. Dang. Huh. It could, that could possibly happen. They said Stone Cold would never wrestle again and see it happen. Yeah. Seems like it was a bit easy after all. Would you like to switch to hard difficulty? You can always adjust the difficulty level in the game option. I mean, we can. Let's do it. They said it was they said it was too easy for me.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
I was really excited to see Kevin Owens go to a ladder. He brought this match on himself, then opened his mouth. That's why I think Cody Rhodes is the right undisputed champion and Eagle champion. Who's Cody Rhodes?
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after. He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun. saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? Son of a bitch shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kids escaped raised a huge ruckus. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away. Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
How the hell did the kid escape? Garrett's gonna kick our ass! You can't have gotten far!
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. And I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
You! But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
Let's do this. See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Ross should be interesting tomorrow. Oh yeah, for sure. Tomorrow's gonna be a big role, dude.
I got this! Get your heads go!
There's children.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
You're threatening the line.
Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy, and all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Get the women off the street! Get away!
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better let me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy.
If Sooner
Not
loses
with my
again at the
shotgun."
chamber, he definitely gonna heal.
So
You
we
think so?
stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself. I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
If he always keep losing, yeah, just snap. That's crazy. I don't know if he can actually get into another match. I can see him being in the chamber, like I said last time. He'll probably be in the chamber with, it'd be Cena, McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. That could be the 6 right there for Elimination Chamber. But at the same time, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
I'm surprised no Rock. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised myself.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there!
I did my best to help those poor bastards. Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was
If
more
The Rock
important
don't
to
show
be
up at
lucky
Elimination
than
Chamber
good
or Raw,
than he
I
would
guess he missed Mania. I think he
And
already
imagine
missed
my
Mania, man.
surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
How we get up there?
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
We can't have another year of Roman and Rock Night happen. I got a
yelled out
feeling,
at the
bro.
top of
That's
my
it.
lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till Kingdom Come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun. I gotta reload again.
Ah, crap.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
That Kevin and Cody match was so brutal. That match was pretty rough.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Let's go. That Kevin and Cody match was like, that match was fire, yo. I feel like the DIY Motor City Machine Guns match could have been a little bit better, but I don't know, man. Do that. I freaking knocked my mic over. It hit the space bar and started the next mission. Okay. It was boring though. Do you think the DIY versus the Street Profits would be at the WrestleMania match?
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
It might be a triple threat tag team match or a fatal four-way tag team
I had
match.
tracked him and the Cowboys to their hideout
might be a
at
ladder
sawmill,
match.
and they were loaded for bear.
What exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Earp's coming!
Get ready, boys. Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil. Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Yeah, Machine Gun versus DIY in the Hell in a Cell match. I got a feeling DIY versus the Street Profits might be a elimination chamber. And then we could see it maybe a fatal four way or a triple threat match. Like tag team match at WrestleMania. For some reason, I got American Made being the tag team champion soon enough. But aren't they on SmackDown? I don't know if they had to move the whole faction to SmackDown. At least I believe so.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken it.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it.
Oh!
He never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
I paid for that one. I was playing around. I was happy to see Raver and Penta. Oh, yeah. That's a dope little spot. Whoa.
God damn you!
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot. Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack. Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
I jumped out of my chair when Joe Hendry came out.
Can't believe you keep missing. You bastard!
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Help somebody with their WWE 2K24 trying to mod it. He said it worked for him, so I'm glad that worked out. I'm responding to a comment from my one of my my new video that just came out. I made an old video. I guess it didn't really have everybody like, you know, I can do this, or, you know, I can mod my game now. But apparently my new video had is working, so hey, if he's able to mod his game based off my video, that's cool. F Charlotte. You know, when did I come into after looking back at the comments? What the world? God dang. Ito should have won, for real.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Whoa! Whoa! That dude is fast. I ain't even gonna lie. Holy crap. I did not mean to run into him. I was gonna go the other way.
You're going to the gates of hell! Kill that murderous cocksucker! You working for Wyatt Earp? Did that sumbitch Earp send you to kill me? No one kills Curly Bill!
Oh, are you serious? I never found this part to be super hard, but this is the most I ever had to run from him. It's on hard mode, that's why. I don't know why I didn't think of that. No wonder it's so hard to freaking kill him. I had to think about that for a minute. It's on freaking hard mode because doing easy mode was a little bit too easy for, I mean, not easy mode, normal mode. Good Lord.
Hope you made your peace, brother.
No way.
That sumbitch Earp sent you to kill me? You can't live forever, boy. Boys. Wyatt Earp. No one kills Curly Bill. Help me out here. Hope you made your peace, brother.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Johnny Ringo.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
I Show Speed was a waste of an entry. Should have been someone else. Freaking, bro. It was Akira Tozawa's entry. So technically, we got two people for the price of one. We got to see what kind of happened with both of them. But I kind of enjoyed I Speed's entry because of Braun Breaker. What Braun Breaker did to him. I'll take that any given day of the week.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
You think that was bad? Freaking Louis Kaiser, his was a pointless.
Wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Braun spilled out of him. I was crying. Bro, Braun got Roman pretty good too. I didn't mean to do that. Sure.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head.
Like Becky, Charlotte, Bailey, Liv, Raquel, and more, but if you took the time and actually put more legends in NXT and etc., it would be more interesting. I wouldn't mind just more NXT people in. Honestly, like legends, not really. But if they had just a little bit more NXT people, it probably would have been a little bit more interesting. But I kind of liked it for what we had. I think we actually had a decent amount of NXT people in the match. I should have been. You should have been in a match. It was better than I Show Speed. Hey, if they put me in the match, I would have. Nah, I probably would have jumped over the road. I probably would have pulled a Pat McAfee in last year's Rumble. I ain't gonna lie. I seen if I see Braun Breaker up in there, man, I don't know. I don't know.
Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, and Samuel Colt made them equal.
God damn you!
If I was, I'd be like you. You want bro? Come on, LOL. Nah, man, I'm good. Forget that.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm going.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's son. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individual. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere. One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? I thought I was some kind of hero.
Interview last night, Speed said he eliminated Roman next year.
Destiny.
I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, I like to see that.
But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
I don't think so, Stan. It might be Cena versus Logan Paul, bro. Sadly.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst.
I want Cena to have the championship as soon as possible, but it looked like just after that whole Rumble thing, it looked like they're just gonna have him come up short for a little while longer.
Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
It's a little hard to see that.
I do not deserve to die like this.
I'm not saying it can't happen.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Get him!
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Bro, no way.
Come on out, you yellow bastard! You'll die for this, you hear me?
Why so much?
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Wow. If I would have took the bullet though, I would have died.
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane. It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me.
No, for real.
Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith.
Oh,
which ain't
man.
easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell.
Oh, man. That's a jump, boy.
I was determined not to give up, however. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the
Good
despicable
Lord.
character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged.
I can't tell you what that was, man. That was insane.
That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score from hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I wanted to use the element of surprise. Plus, I figured I could use the exercise. I was warmed up already, so what the hell?
Hey, you!
How you? Alright, where's the next area?
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
God dang it. I should have used my concentration there. There's a decent amount of people in that one little area.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
I'm thinking not watching AEW no more. It's boring. It sucks. Bro, I haven't watched AEW since, like, a full show since Swerve won the championship. I watched the AEW after that pay-per-view or something like that. It was something along those lines.
This is gonna hurt. Well, this day is just getting worse and worse for you. Ain't it?
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out! He's wounded!
that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now,
I
was
dare you to stream it
officially a
Wednesday to
bounty
see how
hunter.
boring it is. Ain't no way. There's no way I can stream it Wednesday. But like, I get off around the time it starts pretty much. I get off work around that time, and I don't get back home until maybe like an hour or maybe more later.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
We talking about the Rumble, bro. I'm over here thinking of WWE 2K24 right now. It's like running a Rumble on that.
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different. I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
I've been starting over so many people.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Slick jumping. There we go.
It was cold in a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres. To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and... Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold. God damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere,
Then what
but
weapons
to get
are
to him,
these, bro?
I'd have to get past his gun hands. I
What
had to
shooter?
spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform
I'm
their
gonna
hefe
pre-order
of
the
my
Dead Man
unwelcome
Edition
presence.
2K25. I'm gonna get that Bloodline Edition.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Can't believe you keep missing.
No way!
Damn bullet!
That was a creepy. That was so creepy. He was just in the back like that.
You bastard!
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Watch where you're shooting. There he is.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Oh wow, he's behind the freaking barrels. What the heck?
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Middle-eight that sucker!
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Not the fastest gun in the West. I got a feeling I'm gonna die to this one. I like Cena's new attire at the Rumble. That was hard.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, come on, bro.
No, wait! He didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
He already taken out his gun, bro, so he's cheating. And the fact that he got two of them.
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back at a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Yeah. So this is a good game, man. Blue and white Colts colors. Let's see. I want that gun. Ricochet was mocking The Rock on AEW. Bro, I'm not surprised. Freaking Ricochet.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
I can't watch AEW.
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, do you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
He did the people's elbow instead of hitting the elbow. He hit the moonsault instead. He used to do that on WWE. I don't know if I seen him do it on the main roster, but I know he did it in NXT.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains.
They got it on the video
Mountains
games.
so high
That same
they
move.
tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Yeah, it's called.
Grey
It's
Wolf was a
definitely copied from The
Chiricahua
Rock. It's called the
Apache
People's
medicine man who
Moonsault.
had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable.
I gave it to one of
I
my
understood his
female
anger,
characters on
as
one of the
there's
wrestling
nothing
games.
more
I gave that
traumatic
move.
than seeing those you
But
love die.
I
in a
remember him
cruel
doing it
and
on
painful
NXT.
death.
I'm not sure about the main roster, but I know for a fact that he used to do it.
Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him. They saw me before I saw them. And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
What in the juice? I felt like somebody was shooting at me
They
from the
saw me
same spot.
before I saw them. And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting has started, there was no backing down.
Well, he not no rock, not even close. Oh yeah, for sure. To get on that level, he got at least have some good promo ability first. What? I ain't gonna lie, he had my heart beating, not gonna lie. No, it doesn't end like that. No.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there.
That nugget somewhere, I heard it. He having a promo on AEW Wednesday. I'm gonna skip that. Hey, yeah.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of them.
Where could this one be? It can be anywhere, honestly. I heard it.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout. Deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness. see, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian War. They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Mother trucker. Another nugget somewhere. How did your bullet go through there?
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
No.
As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior. Something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk. I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle. I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back. I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady. I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air. Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
All right. I'm gonna wrap this up as like a saving point, and then I'm just gonna pause it, quit it out, and
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
It's a good game, man.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
When is Randy coming back? Soon, very soon. What's weird though, Owens is already taken out, so I don't even know when he comes back. I don't know what Kevin Owens coming back, but does Randy go after Cody? I don't get it. I don't get that part. When he comes back, he gotta come back after Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens look like he's been freaking put on the shelf, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I honestly have no clue how that's gonna work. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Got a feeling my games are acting up because of this. It's got to be the hard drive with the hard drive. Might have to plug it up somewhere else in the computer, and it'll probably work a little better. I've worked with it over the next few days. I'm not gonna lie. Trish, Trish looking delicious last night, man. Oh man. Bro, Stan, you give me Jerry the King Lawler vibes, bro. Every time. Every time. Trish did look great last night though, even in the ring. Like in ring stuff, like she looked like she could still go, to be honest. She looked like she can still go. I wonder about Nikki Bella though. If she's returning, like full time or not, or is she gonna just be a part time wrestler, or is she just gonna appear for events like the Royal Rumble? I wonder how that's gonna work. Jesus. Oh man, you something. I know she. You stupid, man. You stupid. Oh man, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna play Black Ops 6, but I gotta reinstall it. Crap. Bro, I got a feeling that's why my freaking game, the games I'm playing are acting a little weird. Like they skipping and stuff because I need to plug in my hard drive probably in the back of my computer, so something's gonna have to get unplugged that's back there. I would say the keyboard. I think the keyboard. That's probably why my games are running bad. It's not the settings that I'm not putting them on. I think it's just the hard drive running it. Because obviously that game played really well. Um, the difference was it was installed on the computer instead of the drive. So I think that's what it is. Possibly, I don't know. I don't like the Rumble being at Saudi next year. Are they getting? They not getting a crown jewel this year, are they? Like Saudi, they not getting a crown jewel. They ain't getting a Royal Rumble, are they? I hope they don't with crown jewel altogether. Yeah. Oh no, man. I don't want it to be in Saudi either because obviously, you know, the women gotta dress differently. The men obviously gonna stay the same, but the women gotta dress differently. I don't like that aspect. But it's a big money ploy for them. So it's, both sides are gonna be making money. I know why GTA is not working, or any game I boot on that hard drive. I just got that feeling that's what it is, bro. And if I plug it up to my PC instead of plugging it up to the USB port, because it's not running on a lot of power, that USB port. Yes, the power is running off the PC, but I know for a fact it's not running that much power through that thing. I can tell probably with like the hard drives where I'm copying stuff to how long it takes to like install or whatever. So God dang. Going to be weird watching the Rumble at 12 next year. With 12. That is, it is going to be odd. I'm interested though, you know, to see what happens. Pretty much throughout the year. Pretty big Raw tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Main event Jey Uso should be the first person we see. That should be the first thing that starts up the show. Yeah, the Fantastic Four on freaking Marvel Rivals, man. I'm gonna have to get back on those games soon. Hey, but I'm gonna go ahead and end off the stream. Um, I figured out my Wi-Fi, my wireless Wi-Fi is actually better than my wired connection. So that was probably buffering up the stream last night. If I would have just ran off my wireless connection last night, the stream probably would have went well. But I was streaming and also streaming on Peacock as well, the show to watch. So that's probably why I was acting like that. Sucks, no CM Punk. Hopefully they don't turn on him for winning. You mean turn on Jay? Is that what you're talking about? I was on X last night, man, and the amount of negative comments talking about, oh, we don't want to see Jay as world champ and all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, y'all doing too much. He's like, oh, he had too many title opportunities and different stuff, but like, he's literally the highest, paid merchandise seller right now. He's doing a lot better than his brother, obviously, for what he was able to do once they made that storyline angle with him leaving pretty much the bloodline and then or just pretty much quitting the company. He didn't want to come back to SmackDown, so they brought him to Raw. Well, Cody brought him to Raw. And was able to make a name for himself from there. New music and all that good stuff. Man. I need to make a video on when I went to the when I went to that show. I probably will at some point. Last year's Raw, back in May. You talking about the crowd was fired up, man. Like I was looking at reviews and a lot of people say, "Oh, that crowd was kind of like dead." Maybe on like another side of the arena somewhere, but the side we actually on, we were loud, man. We were loud. We were loud. Just me, oos. Yay. Weekend deal. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Y'all take care, man. And we gotta finish up this game before continuing anything else. But I'm gonna work with fixing my GTA. I'm gonna work with fixing my GTA, which all I have to do is just plug in the charger out into the back of the computer, and I assume everything should be working fine. But if it doesn't, I'll let you guys know. But yeah. Sammy might win next year in Saudi. He's gonna have the between the end of this year and next year, he's gonna be champ. The crowd was really hot for him until decided not to really do much with him as far as putting him in the world championship spot and have him go for the. I think they had him go for the tag titles or something like that. And eventually, he got a crack at the Intercontinental title, which I would have loved to see him have more of a run with the Intercontinental title, but they make those belts look trash. It's not even funny. It's not the belt itself. I think the new Intercontinental title is beautiful, but oh man, they just the legacy. It's just not the same as it once was. I feel like Jey Uso is great on his own. Everybody's been saying he's just a tag thing. He could do so much on his own. Just let him cook. It's some things that he obviously needs to work on. I don't know if he's going to try to work on some new moves or he has thought about working on new moves, but I think that's something just a little more than the super kick and the spear. That's what most people that hate Jey Uso does, because they consider him just an entrance. They don't really consider him a wrestler, tag team wrestler. He probably they probably gonna be like, yeah, he's one of the best tag team wrestlers in the world, but he's not a good single star at all. All he is an entrance. All I'm saying is, you get over with the crowd, you get rewarded for it eventually, no matter how many times you lose, and that's when he got rewarded at the Royal Rumble, and it caught me off guard. I'm still caught off guard a little bit by that. They still updating this game? They've been updating this game for years. That's insane. Man, I really thought Cena was going to turn on Jay after winning that title. That would have been fire. Bro, that would have blew everybody's mind, bro. They just hating, bro. People say anything. They do. They do. It literally makes no sense. Bro, they was crying on Twitter last night about that. They were crying, dude. It was so many people heated about Jey Uso winning the Rumble because they wanted to see Cena win. Dude, I was just in the moment because Slade was saying that that Punk was gonna win, and then when it was down to Cena, because I stuck with Cena the whole way, honestly. Then when it came to Cena and Punk, not Cena and Punk, but Cena and Jay left, he said Jay was going to win. And I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, Jay is not going to win. I don't know why they would let him win or this and that, but it was just in the moment. It was in the moment that I was like, oh no, I don't think he's going to win or whatever, because how they been booking this man. And I kind of like, when he went against Gunner and lost to him last year back in May, what belt was that for? That had to be when Gunther had the Intercontinental Championship, I believe. No. That was during the King of the Ring tournament. And Gunther won the King of the Ring tournament. He beat Jay, and then obviously he went on to beat whoever else to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, no, not the World Heavyweight Championship. The King of the Ring, and then he faced whoever had the belt, which was, I think, Priest, right? And was that I'm trying to think, because my mind's a little fuzzy from that. Was that a SummerSlam match? Him and Priest? Or was that a different one? I like to respect between John Cena and Jey Uso. That's what you should have after a world title match, especially like the Rumble. Cry about Charlotte about that. Yeah, Charlotte, man. That was the one I was angry about. I was okay with every winner except for Charlotte. That one did not make sense whatsoever. It did not. I don't agree with anybody that's like, oh, they did the right thing. No, not for Charlotte. No. Anybody else, I can see why. Charlotte, nope. She could have won the chamber. She could have won the chamber. Even though I don't even think she deserved that either. I just don't get it. Like, you've been away for so long, and people just been building themselves up to be that next, star. And then you just take it away. Somebody else could have had an opportunity. It could have been a plan for somebody else just in case you didn't return, and you just take that opportunity away. And for some reason, you okay with it. I don't understand. Because I wouldn't be surprised if she was probably one of those people who'd be like, okay, somebody else can sign me if you guys don't want to put me in the championship spot. It could be that, or it could be in her contract that they have to put her in high-profile matches only. Jay and Priest at Backlash. You talking about the PLE after WrestleMania? You think Priest is going to be Jey Uso's first challenger? And if Jey wins the championship, he's on Raw. Jey will be on Raw. So that means Priest will have to come back to Raw after just being traded to SmackDown. No, I'm talking about what match you was talking about last year. I was talking about the King of the Ring tournament last year. Jay and Priest. I'm confused, lol. I was talking about the King of the Ring last year when Gunther beat Jay on that Raw episode back in May. And I was trying to remember what match it was when Gunther won the world championship. I was trying to figure out what PLE it was. I think it was SummerSlam because Priest was obviously the champion. What match was Jay versus Priest? If I said that, my bad. But I was trying to remember what match was Gunther versus Priest, that match, because whenever Gunther won the world championship, because obviously he was the King of the Ring winner. I was just trying to remember that match. Because Jay was in the King of the Ring tournament, right? It was him and Gunther, I believe, in the finals. No, it was, well, I'm trying to think, because Ilya, I don't remember seeing Ilya on that show. Ilya lost to Jay. That's right. Ilya Dragunov lost to Jay Uso. I'm surprised I even remember that. Yeah, because we thought, or at least I thought, Ilya Dragunov was gonna go against Gunther in the finals, but Jay already beat him. Let's see. Gunther versus Priest. I'm gonna put SummerSlam. Let's see what pops up. Gunther defeats Damian Priest to win the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam 2024. All right, let me see. King of the Ring. Finals 2024. I forgot. The SmackDown competitors were competing for the tournament as well, and you got the best from Raw and SmackDown going against each other. So once Gunther beat Jey Uso, Randy Orton was on the SmackDown side, and they was to go against each other at was that King or Queen of the Ring? Yeah, it was a PLE called King and Queen of the Ring, 2024. And Gunther beat Orton, which they haven't really told this story because I think it was something in that match that Orton's shoulder was up or something like that, but he still ended up winning. Gunther still ended up beating Orton. And Nia Jax defeated Lara Valkyria to win the Queen of the Ring tournament. And they both Nia and Gunther became champions off that alone. Nia beat Bayley, I believe, because Bayley beat EO at WrestleMania, I believe, last year. And Nia took the belt off Bayley. Gunther took the belt off Priest. After that match he had with, did Priest have a match with Seth? Yeah, Gunther was kind of like within that. I don't know. In a year, a lot of time goes by, but Gunther was like whoever wins the match between you and whoever you was facing, um, he's just gonna be there waiting in line, and that's exactly what he did. And he beat Priest because Balor screwed Priest out of the title match, and Gunther was champ off that. That bro, that's a lot to remember. It almost seemed like a blur. They're gonna be at France again for Clash of the Castle. I think that's a good. I think that's a good decision. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head out, y'all. Going head out, y'all. Have a good one.